got a feeling there's a.
That's pretty amazing.
I think we're waiting for a minute.
Did we send this out on Zoom? How's it working? Was that on Zoom? Was that on LMC?
Yes.
Simultaneous.
So whenever she can't hear us, the official one is LCTV.
All right.
So you really don't have to repeat yourself. We just like to watch you there.
I told him, you got my nameplate in the top. Oh, actually, put it. Oh, just put it in. Picture.
The new attorney, what's her name?
Mary Gensler. We didn't send out the first.
Okay. And we lost. Got in 1 second when we got a full contingent.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the Village of Mamaroneck's annual organizational meeting. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Hi. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If you notice, there's emergency exits on my right and on my left. If you have a cell phone, who doesn't, please put it on mute. I need a motion to open this meeting. All in favor? Aye. Okay. The agenda for tonight starts with the swearing in of trustees. And what we're gonna do is the person who is swearing in and the trustee who's getting sworn in, if you could go over by the podium so that you could make use of the microphone, so that everybody could hear you and everybody could hear you at home. Okay, and the first trustee that is getting sworn in is trustee Yiza Reed, and she's being sworn in by Honorable Tamika Poverdale, judge of Mount Vernon.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I am so happy to be here for. I'm so happy to be here. Prior to swearing in, I'd like to acknowledge your family. Just a couple. I always like to acknowledge family and friends. That is so extremely important. Dr. Maya Angelou had a quote, and this is a very important quote. I think today it will ring true in so many. So here it is. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope. And I'm going to change that to the enslaved, not the slave. The moment I met, I felt a connection to you. I know that the ancestors are looking downward and are extremely proud of you. Our love for the ancestors, we have that in common. We also have in common that we are both graduates of historically Black colleges and universities. Soon to be trustee. So he is a graduate of the phenomenal Bennett College. Yes. Now, Bennett was founded in 1872 in Greensboro, North Carolina, to educate freed men and freed women. And for those of you who may not know, that means the formerly enslaved. In 1926, the college was no longer co-ed and became a four-year university to educate women. So that is amazing history, as I would say. I'm a graduate of Howard University in Washington, DC. It was founded in 1867, by the Freedmen's Bureau, okay? And what HBCUs teach us is that there may be many defeats in your life, but you will never be defeated. And that is from Dr. Maya Angelou. So, are you ready? Yeah. Somebody gonna hold this bottle. I don't hold it. My sister did all. Please raise your right hand. Okay, put your left hand on the Bible. Please repeat after me. I, Leilani Yiza Reed, okay, do hereby solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States, support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the village law
the village law
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and the village code,
and the village code,
according to the best
of
my ability.
my ability.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present you trustee Leilani.
Hold on. The next up is trustee Lou Young, who will be sworn in by county legislator Catherine Parker.
Catherine,
Does he have?
Want to read mine? This is a bit better.
That is great.
You want?
Yes.
Let him put the great grandma.
I don't have one. There goes.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you need one.
You want? Do have one?
Right.
Yeah, borrowing.
Let me start by saying it is an honor to be here to swear my friend Lee Young. You're not gonna cry, are you? I definitely, you know, a grown man crying, this, tell me now. But it's okay if you do. Yes. I will make my comments brief, but I will say it is truly an honor to swear you in because I know living in a time when we have climate change, I know that you are looking out for this community and everything that can be done to help this community with its issues of flooding and recurring storms, and you've proven yourself. And now you are going to have a full term, so I'm really excited about this. So I, Lou Young,
Lou Young,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
York
the Constitution of the State of New York
and the regulations of the Village of
and
Mamaroneck,
the regulations of the Village of Mamaroneck,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of trustee according to the best of my ability.
of trustee according to the best of my ability.
You are sworn.
Yeah, you feel free, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead and you go first. I'll do
Okay,
it.
all right. In any event, I am, I'm humbled by this, I really am. And I just want to assure everybody that as result oriented as I am, I mean, I know what I want to try to do. That I also want to do it without acrimony, without conflict, when possible. And but I want to get to where we're going. And I think that's important for us going forward. There's no acrimony here. There is only hope and focus and thank you so much for everyone. Thank you, Mayor Tom Murphy, for appointing me to begin with, and my wonderful running mates, and I am so proud to be entering this government with them, and all our wonderful volunteers and chairmen chair people who will be helping us in this process, and we're going to try and move fast if we can get it to move fast, and we're going to try to be deliberate on where we're headed. And I thank you all very, very much, and I'm honored to serve. I understand that it's a privilege. Thank you.
Sorry. Lou said that we're gonna get to where we gotta go. But I also believe wholeheartedly, before we get to where we gotta go, we have to understand where we've been and where we come from. And understanding that, yes, my family's been here for generations, many generations, but it doesn't matter how long you've been here, as long as we're trying to move forward while maintaining our integrity as a people, as a human race. So with everything that he said and all that Manny's gonna say, and with this wonderful board, that we're gonna serve our community to the best of our ability. Yes, there may be some ups and downs, but I give thanks that I'm in this space. I give thanks that I've had the endurance, the patience, and the grace to do this with my fellow trustee board. So thank you, everyone who came and who have come and supported us throughout this whole journey, and just continue and to give us grace. Give us grace. Give us grace, self-grace in this journey as we partake in healing our community and also doing right by our community.
Just to give a little more of the program tonight, we're gonna have my friend Manny Rawlings sworn in, then we're gonna have Judge Derico sworn in, and then we're gonna take a little break for refreshment before we get to the business of the community. So without further ado, the next up is Mr. Manny Rawlings, who I believe may be the youngest trustee to ever get sworn in the Village of America. Being sworn in by a great civil servant, the clerk treasurer, Augustino Fusco. Gentlemen, please.
Good evening, everyone. I state your name.
I, Emmanuel Rawlings,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York
and the Constitution
and the regulations of the Village of Amerenik,
and the regulations of the Village of Amerenik,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee
the duties of trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Wow. First, I want to thank everybody here. I have some friends, my mom. Excuse me.
It's all right.
You know, longtime friends. I've had some wonderful mentors with Dodges Leilani and Tom and Lou, and you know, just the community. This is, you know, when I got into this, one of the first things I said was, this community made me who I am. And, you know, along the way, you know, from being a young kid and sitting here at board meetings, you know, way back when I was in elementary school, to finally sitting back here behind the bench to be able to serve my community. So I'm very grateful to kind of really be able to be in the position with these wonderful people that push our village forward. I really deeply care about our village. I really want to, you know, move this community forward because this is the community I grew up in. I loved it, and I want to be able to not only serve, but give, you know, every resident the same experience that I had kind of growing up and being in this village. So thank you.
The next is the swearing of Justice Derico by the Honorable Daniel Gallagher, another village justice.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to swear in my co-judge, Christy Derico, tonight. We've worked together, what is it now, 12 years? 12 years, day in, day out. I can confirm to you without hesitation that she is a fine judge and a fine public servant. So I enjoy working with her. I enjoy working with her on court matters. And everybody can swear you. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Christy Derico,
I, Christy
do
Derico,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the rules and regulations of the Village of Amerenik,
the rules and regulations of the Village of Amerenik,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
as Village of Amerenik Justice
as Village of Amerenik Justice
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
First off, congratulations, Leilani, speaking about your ancestors, you know who's looking down right now, and I sat with your dad and he was a great man, and congratulations. And Manny, it's frightening, you are the same age as my daughter, you used to go on to MAS with her. But that doesn't mean anything, I was a young mother when I was sworn in as trustee, and you are going to do great things, so congratulations to both of you. And thank you for allowing me to serve. This is 12 years as village justice. I served 2 years as trustee. I've been on numerous boards, and the great thing about this community is everyone can sit on a board. Everyone can be part of this community and give back. And my husband was born here, and I've loved living here and raising my children, and just look around at all these great faces. This is a great place. So thank you so much, and I'm happy to have another term.
We're gonna take a break until about 7:35, and so please partake of the refreshments in the back, and this would be a good time if some of the newly sworn trustees want to take pictures with their family.
Right, no, I'll be here next month, really get upset.
No.
One year. 1 year. Done it.
Some excitement. Did enjoy seeing how the police officers leave with their first. What was that? I think they were talking down.
Good night. Take care, Mr. Isa. That's Maddie's mom. You got that. Before you sit down, your green light?
Yeah.
Read your mic as well. You want to talk, like to somebody on the side of you, mute it. That's how you mute it. You hold it. It's a constant pressure switch.
You're in a desperate,
Thank God we saw you.
mood to go viral.
Yes, thank you for that's why I don't like that. Yeah. Good evening. We are resuming tonight's festivities. I just want to congratulate the 3 new trustees. I can say with great confidence and without any fear of being contradicted that no 3 trustees who've been elected in the Village of Mamaroneck have had to jump through as many hurdles or overcome as many difficulties as these 3. And they did it all not knowing the process and having to learn as they went. And they handled it all with grace and with courage and with fortitude. And I'm very proud to be sitting here with the 3 of them. So let me begin. Item number 3 on our program tonight is the appointment of the deputy mayor. And I hereby appoint Louis T. Young as deputy mayor for a 1-year term, such term to expire in December 2023. The next up is the appointment of the clerk treasurer. And after much deliberation and searching, I have come to the conclusion that we could not have been as lucky to have a better clerk treasurer as we have in Mr. Fusco. And Mr. Fusco is appointed to a 2-year term, which shall expire on December 2024. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor's appointment to the Sexual Harassment Committee. The appointments tonight are Chief Sandra DeRuza, Jason Pinto, who is the head of the Recreation Department, and our own trustee, Nora Lucas. We have to fill a spot, but we're going to wait until there's a situation that changes in the DPW. Appointment of the village attorney and deputy attorney. On a motion, I make the motion that Robert Spolzino is hereby reappointed village attorney to serve at the pleasure of the appointing authority at a compensation to be fixed by the trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolved on motion, oh, I'm sorry, Lou.
Okay, on I will nominate Mary E. Desmond to be appointed deputy village attorney, serve at the pleasure of the appointing authority at a compensation to be fixed by the Board of Trustees.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appointment of village prosecutor.
I move that John Cherico be reappointed the village prosecutor to the Village of Mamaroneck to serve at the pleasure of the appointing authority at a compensation to be fixed by the Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Lonnie?
I move that Lori Lee Dixon, McCarthy Fingar is appointed special counsel to the Village of Mamaroneck Zoning Board to serve at the pleasure of appointing authority at the compensation to be fixed by the Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Appointment of bond counsel.
I move that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Mamaroneck authorizes the clerk treasurer to retain the services of the following firm on behalf of the Village of Mamaroneck. Jeffrey E. Storch of Harris Beach PLLC as the village's bond counsel to handle all bond issues and bond anticipation notes.
And I will second that motion. All in favor? North?
Okay, this is the authorization for fidelity bonds for employees. I move that the crime and fidelity bonds as examined by the Board of Trustees be executed to the village and filed with the village clerk for the following officers and employees. Clerk treasurer, $110,000. Deputy treasurer, $60,000. Deputy clerk, $35,000. Mayor, $35,000. Court clerks, $20,000 each. Village justices, $10,000 each. Village marshals, $10,000 each. Parking meter collection staff, $10,000. All other employees, including volunteers while employed by the village, $10,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Designation of depositories.
I move that JP Morgan, Chase Bank, and Webster Bank are designated as the depositories for the village funds for the ensuing official year.
Second.
All those in favor? Designation of signatories.
I move that the clerk treasurer shall inform the depositories for village funds that the following combinations of signatures on any Village of Mamaroneck checks are authorized. Drawn on general fund, capital fund, trust and agency endowment and gift funds, water fund, and clerk treasurer accounts payable account. Mayor Thomas A. Murphy or trustee Louis Young, deputy mayor, and Augustino A. Fusco, clerk treasurer, or Sally J. Roberts, deputy clerk, or Laura Vasami, deputy treasurer. Drawn on payroll account, petty cash account, trust and agency insurance deduction, trust and agency group disability, trust and agency fund state retirement systems, trust and agency guarantee and bids and deposits, and money market accounts. Only that of Augustino A. Fusco, clerk treasurer, or Sally J. Roberts, deputy clerk, or Laura A. Vasami, deputy treasurer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Designation of official newspaper. Resolved that I'll make the motion, resolve that the Journal News is designated as the official newspaper of the Village of Mamaroneck for the ensuing official year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Designate,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Designation of meeting and work session nights, Board of Trustees.
I move that generally the second and fourth Mondays of each and every month be designated as the work sessions and regular meeting nights for the Board of Trustees. Such meetings to commence at 5:15 p.m., 8 p.m. respectively in the courtroom at 169 Mount Pleasant Avenue. And be it further resolved that the following tentative schedule is adopted. December 12th and 12th is work and board meeting. December 27th, AP and minor items. December 9th, January 9th, January 23rd, February 13th, February 27th, March 13th are work and board meetings. March 27th is a work session, board meeting, and tentative budget hearing. April 10th is a work session and board meeting. April 24th is board meeting and suggested budget adoption meeting. May 8th is work session and board meeting. May 22nd, June 12th, June 26th, June 10th are work sessions and board meetings. July 24th, AP and minor items. August 14th is a work session and board meeting. August 28th, AP and minor items. September 12th, a work session and board meeting. September 26th, Tuesday for Yom Kippur. That's a work session and board meeting. October 10th is a work session and board meeting, Tuesday for Columbus Day. October 23rd is work session and board meeting. November 13th and November 20th are board sessions and board meetings, work sessions and board meetings. November 27th, special pre-AOM meeting at 5:15. December 4th is an organizational meeting. December 11th is a work session board meeting. December 26th, 2023 is a Tuesday for Christmas, is AP and minor items. And we should note that September 12th is also a Tuesday because it's the September 11th commemoration.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Written investment policy. Manny, read up to the first sentence on this page after.
All right, I move that the Board of Trustees adopt a written investment policy in May of 1993 in accordance with Section 39 of the General Municipal Law. And whereas Section 39 requires that Section 39 requires that the investment policy be reviewed at least annually, and whereas the clerk treasurer has updated the written investment policy for our review. Now therefore be resolved that the following investment policy is adopted by the Board of Trustees for the Village of Mamaroneck.
And I will second that. And the investment policy goes on for many, many pages. And it'll be on the website for anyone who can read it. All in favor?
Aye. Procurement and credit card. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's you, Nora.
Just trying to, which,
Yeah, we're trying to catch up.
it's.
Page 9.
Yep. It's number 17.
16.
16. Credit card policy. Well, no, wait a minute. Hold on.
Top of page 9. Item 16.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Good night.
so. Whereas the Board of Trustees adopted a procurement policy in January of 1992, which was most recently adopted by the Board of Trustees at their 2021 annual organization meeting. In accordance with Section 103 of the General Municipal Law, and whereas Section 103 requires that the procurement policy be reviewed at least annually, and whereas the clerk treasurer has provided a revised procurement policy and credit card policy for the Board of Trustees review. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following procurement policy and credit card policy are hereby adopted by the Board of Trustees for the Village of Mamaroneck. And again, this goes on for about 3 pages. Will be on the website.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 7.
Page 17.
Page 17?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Item
Good
17
job.
is on page 17.
Yeah, good job.
That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Board of Appeals, 5-year terms, Lonnie, you lead off.
I move that Angelique Shingler is appointed member of the Board of Appeals for the term of 5 years. Such term is to expire December 2027.
I'll second it. Augie? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Robin Kramer is appointed Chair of the Board of Appeals for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board of Architectural Review, 3-year term, 5 members. Be it resolved that Lawrence Gutterman is appointed member of the Board of Architectural Review for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So be resolved that Yvonne Levin is reappointed member of the Board of Architectural Review for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
I will second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that David Russo is appointed a member of the Board of Architectural Review to fill an unexpired term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Lawrence Cohen is appointed Chair of the Board of Architectural Review for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board of Ethics. Resolved, no, I'm sorry, trustee.
Resolved that Dan Carson is reappointed member of the Board of Ethics for the term of 3 years, such term to expire in 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, we've had another person who's known to many people in the community, Lauren Perone Jones apply. So So I would make the motion to appoint Ms. Jones this meeting tonight.
I'll second that. She did a great job on the PRRC committee.
She did. And she also is an attorney for the when she was in the service, she was in the JAG Corps, which is like the Navy's attorneys. So all in favor? Aye. Okay, the fire department is reappointing ex-chief Andrew LaRocca as their liaison to the fire commission. That's a fire department appointment. And Chief LaRocca actually really knows his stuff, and I thank him for stepping up again. Board of Traffic Commissioners. Resolved that Ryan Buck is appointed a member of the Board of Traffic Commissioners for a term of 3 years, such term to expire in December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that David Brown is appointed member of the Board of Traffic Commissioners for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Richard Clifford is appointed member of the Board of Traffic Commissioners to fill an unexpired term of 2 years, such term to expire December 2024.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Resolved that Ryan Buck is appointed the chair of the Board of Traffic Commissioners for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Budget Committee.
Resolved that Catherine Chaput is appointed member of the Budget Committee for a term of 3 years, term expired in December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Ed Zagaeski is reappointed a member of the Budget Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Leonard Aubrey is reappointed a member of the Budget Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Committee for the Environment.
Resolved that Christy Young is reappointed member of the Committee for the Environment for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Dan Kushnick is reappointed member of the Committee for the Environment for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Renee Captree is reappointed member of the Committee for the Environment for a term of 3 years, such term should to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move that Linda Reitzes.
Lindsay.
Say it again?
Lindsay
Oh,
writes
God.
this.
Lindsay Reitzes is excuse me for mangling your name, is appointed a member of the Committee for the Environment for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Jen Leclerc is appointed member of the Committee for the Environment to fill an unexpired term for a term of 2 years, such term to expire December 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that David Freeman is appointed chair of the Committee for the Environment for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Arts Council.
Resolved that Astrid Arias is reappointed member of the Arts Council for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Resolved that Jane Sable Friedman is appointed the member of the Arts Council for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee. Resolved that Steve Glenner is appointed member of the Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Bernie Camarda is appointed member of the Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Patty Trifoletti is appointed member of the Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Tony Gelber is reappointed Chair of the Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Harbor Coastal Zone Management Commission.
Resolved that Cami Tobias is reappointed member of the Harbor and Coastal Zone Management Commission for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Jack Lust is reappointed member to Harbor Coastal Zone Management Commission for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Planning Board.
23.
I've completely lost everything. Here we go.
A lot.
6:27,
26.
26. Oh, planning boards, excuse me. All right, resolved that William Binzer is appointed member of the planning board for a term of 5 years, such term to expire December 2027.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Mallory Chin is appointed member of the planning board to fill an unexpired term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Resolved that Seamus O'Rourke is appointed Chair of the Planning Board for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Recreation Parks Committee.
Resolved that Carlo Recca is reappointed member of the Recreation and Parks Commission for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Carrie Sergio is reappointed member of the Parks and Recreation Commission for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Randy Rabinowitz is appointed member of the Recreation and Park Commission for an unexpired term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Kristen Barnard is appointed member of the Recreation and Parks Commission to fill an unexpired term of 2 years, such term to expire December 2024.
I will make that second. All in favor?
Resolved that Eric Williams is appointed member of the Recreation and Parks Commission to fill an unexpired term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tree Committee.
Resolved that Wendy Zoland is appointed member of the Tree Committee for the term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Krishna Finkenberg is reappointed a member of the Tree Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Sarah Evans is appointed member of the Tree Committee for a term of 3 years, such term to expire December 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Beverly Sherrod is reappointed chair of the Tree Committee for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Marine Education Center. We're kind of at a crossroads there, but how to handle that going forward. So we're going to hold that off for tonight.
So this is the Tri-Municipal Television Board.
Yes, ma'am.
Resolved that Mayor Thomas Murphy is appointed as a member of the Tri-Municipal Television Board of Control for a term of 1 year, such term to expire December 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Appointment of liaisons. Resolved that the following board members are appointed as liaisons for a period of 1 year, such term to expire at the 2023 annual and organizational meeting. Committee for the Environment, Trustee Young. Fire Department, Trustee Young. Arts Council, Trustee Lucas. MEMS, thanks. MEMS and Ambulance District, Trustee Yiser Reed. Board of Traffic Commissioners, Trustee Yiser Reed. Budget Committee, Trustee Lucas. Flood Mitigation Advisory Committee, Trustee Yiser Reed. Tree Committee, Mayor Murphy. Marine Education Center Advisory Committee, Trustee Rawlings. and Recreation and Parks Commission, trustee Rawlings.
I need a second, trustee Rawlings.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Disclosure, if any interest. As this, the following extract from the general municipal law was read into the record. We have to read this?
Yeah, sure. Just a
Okay, I got it.
paragraph.
Any municipal officer or employee who has, will have, or later acquires an interest in any actual or proposed contract with the municipality in which he is an officer or employee shall publicly disclose the nature and extent of such interest in writing to the governing body, this board, thereof, as soon as he has, it should be he or she has, knowledge of such actual or prospective interest. Such written disclosure shall be made part of and set forth in the official record of the proceedings of such body. Once disclosure has been made by an officer or employee with respect to an interest in a contract with a particular person, firm, corporation, or association, no further disclosures need be made by any officer or employee with respect to additional contracts with the same party during the remainder of the fiscal year. There was no disclosure of interest by anyone at this time. Okay, I make a motion that we adjourn the annual organization meeting of the Board of Trustees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was very seamless for three people who just started. Good job.
Love everyone.
All right. Good job. And you look right at your
That's all, folks.
baby.